Week 25 on my road to Worlds. This week was the end of my training cycle that I'm currently on. So I had my first block, then I had a deload week, then I had my second block, and now I'm in my deload week again. This will now lead into a training cycle with my coach that we're going to be setting up, where we are going to be doing a big strength test, big overhaul, see what works, see what didn't. We had some input, or he had some input from a international coach from France, the France head coach, and he's going to be taking what he learned from that guy and putting it into the coaching that he's doing with me. So I'm pretty excited for what is going to happen from here on out. We're going to see what happens. I need to get my fingers released because they are not feeling the best. I think I just need to be really strict with my releasing my forearms, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it gets better. This week was also Nationals week, so I got to see Australia's best compete. I'm very disappointed because with how I'm feeling at the moment, I believe I was going to be able to make semis at the very least. But that just means I'm going to have to try a bit harder and make sure I get it next year. So let's have a look at the training session I had this week. And again, next week it'll only be a few sessions as I'm coming off my deload next week. So I'm back onto this boulder that I couldn't get in last week, and just kind of fumbled the start, which was not the best. I just wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking more about the end than the start of it. And then when I was able to actually get it, it felt really easy. I ended up sticking with this beta that me and my friend worked out, which is the high heel. It means I don't have to do like an awkward foot swap or keep tension later on. The issue is every time I hit that, I just didn't hit it well enough, and I would just like fingers would pop off, and I'd have like two fingers on, or yeah, just not having enough power. And that was the case with most of these goes up until my last go, in which I changed one very small thing. Here, same thing again. Like I'm feeling pretty good, and then as soon as I go to pull, I just kind of lose all power in this left arm. So most of my shot is blocked here, but the main thing in this video, when this go, is when I go up in the left hand, I'm actually committing to actually burling down on the crimp. I'm not being passive on it because of how bad of a hold it is. I really need to just be full, just squeezing down into it, and that kept all my fingers on. I didn't fall off, and it led to a send. This is a boulder I didn't try last week. It's a boulder that really doesn't suit me. That volume that I'm jumping on there is a terrible volume. It's not it. The running part of it, I'm not too fussed about. Obviously, I'm not the best at those kinds of things. The lower body coordination. I feel like I've gotten a bit better. It is just one of those things that I am still very much struggling on. And landing on a volume like this with the hand holds that are very, very marginal, it's something I need to work on. So here, obviously, I'm just rapid firing goes, but it doesn't take too much energy, and I feel like every go that I'm doing, I'm getting closer and closer. Or even if I'm not getting closer, I'm learning more about the move. The one thing I did notice was that jug was kind of putting a lot of pressure on my joints, and it was kind of a telltale sign for me that I really need to start looking after my fingers a bit better, especially with how strong my fingers are feeling at the moment. I need to be careful not to overdo it and lead to an injury. So every one of these goes, you can see I'm getting that tad bit closer every single time. Obviously, every now and then there's a go where, like that one, I'm like right on the cusp of sticking it. I'm missing something. I have a few guesses of what those can be. Probably I'm almost relying in my hands and not putting the pressure in my feet that I should. I'm not getting over and off on the foot, so I'm kind of on the side of it instead of straight down the like straight underneath it. So as you can see there, I'm kind of like on the edge of the volume, or like on the right edge of the volume instead of right in the middle of it. And all those ones where I kind of get over a little bit more is those ones that I pause just that half second longer. That one I kind of landed my foot properly. I just didn't grab it properly. Like I wasn't in the position to grab it, but the foot placement was better. And there I lost leg power, so I just didn't commit. I had a couple more goes that I didn't end up putting on the video just because they're very much the same. So I moved back onto this slabby boulder. I was able to nail the start very easily, and just kind of move into here. So I was happy about being able to first go of the night, just being able to do that again. I guess my body was just warmed up from running on the red volume so many times. And then the rest of the night, I kind of just spent trying to figure out this middle section here, just because I was very, very lost. So I kind of pulled on from here and just tried to play around with a lot of different betas. I tried to just step up high, and I was able to step up. The issue was I couldn't really move. I couldn't take my right hand off because that was the only thing keeping me on. I didn't want to put all my weight on the left and bump out right. Nothing felt right. I just tried to find something. Those two, the left hand side of that volume or the right hand side of that volume and the grey volume, are not very good. I ended up deciding, let me try and do a foot swap on this, which ended up being quite alright, and that led me to be able to go into there. Obviously being my first go, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my hands, but I figured out just going there and kind of thumb pressing, I'd be able to stick that a little bit better. And then it just came down to having a lot of trust in the feet, which is not something that I am known for. I did feel like I was getting closer. I think I would be able to do it. I need to just learn to trust my feet more on these really bad volumes. Because at the end of the day, if I trust my feet, but the volume's too bad to stand on, I'm going to fall. If I don't trust my feet, I'm going to fall anyway. And I guess the highest chance I have of doing the move is trusting my feet. That's something I need to get through my head, something I need to focus on for future goes. Yeah, I just need to understand that at a certain point, I need to just trust my feet. Nothing else is going to make it better. I just need to just, commit to not falling, I guess, instead of preparing for the fall. So all in all, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited more than anything. I guess I can't really say much about this week because this week was a very low-fi week in my training, and then obviously just being a bit bummed out I couldn't compete at nationals. But I'm excited for my next training going into the month of December. It'll be interesting to see with obviously work turning down and everything like that. So yeah, good things are coming. I'm very excited. I've said that a bunch of times. So stick around for the journey.